All right, take 3. Tried 2 rides with this wireless setup.
Hey, Tim.
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
How you doing?
Good.
Speed demon. Good seeing you, Tim.
Good to see you. Yeah.
See you, Tim, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, I guess.
See you guys. Yeah,
Hey,
good to see you.
have a good
Yeah.
See ya.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So those are some of my friends from Earthquaker Devices, the guitar pedal company in Akron, Ohio. I do their product photography, and in better times, I do some event photography for them too. But I just saw them post that their big Earthquaker Day festival was going to be canceled this year. Obviously, not a surprise at all, but you know, it's official now. So that was one of my favorite summer events. They get all of these great Akron bands together, or they put together bands actually and have like even cover sets and stuff like that. But it's cool because the owner of the company just gets together bands he likes. Sometimes it can be a reunion show. Sometimes they'll do, these fun cover bands. Last year there was a Hall & Oates cover band. So anyways, what I'm out doing today is trying to test an audio setup. I would like to get some clean audio from the GoPro. And so I have a Rode Wireless Go mic hooked up to it. And then I have the transmitter in my pocket and a lapel mic running up my shirt, and that's on my collar. So I have it underneath a bandana to hopefully block the wind noise. And this is actually the 3rd time I'm trying it. I tried this setup yesterday, and if you saw my time-lapse video, that's what I was actually trying to do. I just threw the chain on my bicycle. So yeah, that didn't work out. What happened, I think, I didn't know at the time, so I changed all the settings, but I think the 3.5 jack on the Media Mod actually wasn't plugged in all the way, or it popped out when I tried to set up the GoPro. So I got no good audio from that. And so I came out again today and I'm like, well, I'll give it another try. And I was meeting my friend Josh, who was going to show me some of the camera equipment he had just picked up. He just got a 200 to 600 lens for his Sony, and it was really, really cool. I tried it out a little bit. But so I'm like, all right, I'll ride down and meet him and I'll try this whole thing again. Well, same thing. And I didn't notice at the time. I did some tests at home in the studio. Everything worked out great. And then I get on the bike and I just stopped for that beer and the audio was awful. It reverted back to the camera. So I'm thinking maybe when I've plugged, or not plugged, but put the camera on the mount on my bicycle, that I've somehow bumped the jack and didn't have it in all the way. Because I looked down at it later and I saw it wasn't in there, but that's after it had been in my pocket and stuff. So I don't know. Hopefully this time I'm actually going to get some audio off this. But yeah, so, like so. Yeah, that's okay. So anyways, I stopped to test the audio at the brewery. Could tell it was bad. So I'm like, well, I'll flip it back on and try it for the way home. So the goal of the whole thing is I was thinking it'd be cool to be able to introduce videos or mic other riders up, kind of like a Terry Berenson style video. You know, I see him do it, or I see him when he rides around New York and he's able to talk about, just talk while he's riding, and he has like this great audio sound. So I figured this would be a way for me to be able to do that with the stuff I already own. But so far, no good. I do love the wireless Go. In every way I've used this road setup, it's been fantastic. To the point where I can't imagine how I was doing video without it. And that's the best technology review you could have, right? Something, once you own it, you don't know how you didn't own it. So yeah, before yesterday, I hadn't posted in a while, over a week since I made a video. I actually shot some video. We could go today, me and some friends, my Wednesday night group. We rode out to the Mogador Reservoir, and there were some cool gravel trails out there. I'd never been out there, but I always knew about them. So it was cool to finally get out there, and we didn't even explore all the trails, but I think it's probably 15-mile ride from my house to get out there and then ride those trails. But yeah, I want to go back and explore more of them. So I shot some footage out there, but not enough to make a whole video on its own. And then on Monday, me, Ben, and Aaron did some off-road riding. Aaron borrowed one of Ben's bikes again, and we showed her some more of our trails we did underneath the Route 8 bridge. There's this crazy gravel climb. It could be a crazy gravel descent depending which way you're going, but for us that day it was a climb. And then we went out to Cuyahoga Falls and did some trails out there. We call them the Waterworks trails because there's a waterworks part there. But yeah, and then we rode up to Kent, had a beer, and we were gonna go and hit those Moon Tower trails we always ride. But a big rainstorm moved in, and instead we dipped into a Mexican restaurant and ate dinner and then headed home. Still got a 35-mile ride that day, and I did take some footage of that too. But again, it wasn't enough or interesting enough to make a full YouTube video out of. Like I said, yesterday's video, which I turned into a time lapse, is just because the audio on this failed. Let's see, I never know where. Akron has been under construction for so long now, you never even know where to ride. It's a guessing game every single time. But yeah, so like I'm saying, I would love to be able to get audio for, I wouldn't do this kind of thing very often, but just to have a little bit when I want it, to know it works. I usually run into an audio recorder, the GoPro wireless, or the Rode Wireless Go. But I do not want to ride with an audio recorder on me. Just for simple stuff. Yeah, yesterday was kind of cool. I actually had a actual normal photo gig, what I started doing for a living. Shooting and lighting products. These were pallet jacks and tow motor parts. But industrial product photography is kind of what got me in the business. Kind of consider it my specialty, but with everything that's happened, I think people haven't been able to ship and all that stuff, and the need has gone down. And obviously the other half of my business, event photography, nothing's going on with that. So there's 2 lanes, lady. It's actually 3 lanes. So there's no need to cut me off. You could actually just change lanes. Yeah, so I rode across the Lye Bridge in the time lapse yesterday. Today we'll be going the other direction. But yeah, yesterday after I had the photo shoot, then I got out and tested out the audio. It failed, so I just turned the video into a time lapse. Funny, I rambled to myself for like 20 minutes and then there was nothing out of it, but I'm like, oh, this footage actually Looks kind of cool sped up, so threw some music on there. This will be a good audio test of the wind right here because wow, it's windy and I'll be getting up some good speed. The bridge drops down for a while before it picks back up. Like I said, I was sitting there having a beer. I tested the audio again. Could tell it sounded fine coming from the lapel mic. But then both rides, I get home and it's just the GoPro mic sound. So it's just a bunch of sounds from the bike and road clatter. So the GoPro mics actually don't work that bad if you're just holding them out, you know, in your hand. It's pretty good at cutting wind noise. When you have the GoPro attached to something, I just find I hear my freewheel and, you know, all that kind of stuff. If it wasn't just the cable slipping out of the jack or the input, then I have no idea what's happening. Just gonna have to do more tests at the studio and then do some shorter tests around the neighborhood instead of trying to do it on a long ride and make a video out of it. Not that this is about to be the most exciting video ever anyways, but sure the GoPro doesn't show, but the bridge has turned up pretty good there, and that's why I'm huffing and puffing. So this is technically the street the studio's on. The name changes when you cross the Cuyahoga River. Goes from being Main Street in Akron to State Road in Cuyahoga Falls. But drivers in this part of Ohio don't really respect cyclists and give us space. Think we should be there. So I like to take a little neighborhood cut. Make it a little more, just a more enjoyable ride. I'm not in a massive hurry anyways. It probably only takes me a minute or two longer this way anyways. So yeah, testing all kinds of different video stuff has been a lot of what I do on YouTube. I don't always make it seem like that. You know, whether I'm talking about film photography or I'm making a cycling video, I always have like a secondary goal, something with the editing or something with the way I'm filming. So my goal is actually to stretch myself, learn more techniques, so when I do get a commercial job, I'm even better at it. So I'm not really sure how this wireless audio test will play into that, but a lot of times I'm not, and then it does end up having a benefit. I know making goofy videos about masking and stuff like that I would do for fun on YouTube have come in handy when I've had to take logos off people's t-shirts in commercial videos or stuff in that kind of line. It's like, I already knew how to do this from, you know, cloning myself in video. That beer I had at Missing Falls is delicious. It's their Mango Rehab. It's got habanero peppers in it, but it's not overly hot. Just the right level of spice to where you keep wanting to take more sips. I've never gotten through here without cars coming. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, clear. It's a little after 4, I think, so I guess I'm beating that rush hour traffic. Not that Akron has much of a rush hour, but still. If you're not from the area, this is North Hill. Because that bridge basically goes over the North Hill, so. And that is the bridge I was going over. That's over the Little Cuyahoga Valley. The Little Cuyahoga River runs through Akron and then meets up with the Cuyahoga Valley, down in the Cuyahoga Valley. So I'm out riding my Raleigh Tamland 2. I took this because I didn't know if I was going to try and hit any gravel routes. I didn't really end up doing it, so I would have been fine on a road bike. But the reason I love this bike is it's just so versatile. I can ride it anywhere, and then I don't have to even think about which route I want to take. But I'm going to make one of my videos about the bikes I own on this one. But I'm about to give it a pretty good overhaul. So I figured there's no point making the video that would be instantly outdated. But it's 9-speed Shimano 105 right now. And I'm about to upgrade it to a more modern 11-speed group set that my friend sold to me because he wanted to go SRAM. So one of the big reasons for wanting to upgrade too is I keep crushing front derailleurs on this bike. I think it might be because these older group sets just have a harder time jumping because I have a 50-34 on the front. I don't know, but I broke 4 of them. They'll start to catch, and then one time finally the chain will hit it and they'll rip the front plate off or something. But yeah, it's frustrating. But I love having the huge gear range on this bike because I got 50-34 in the front and 11-34 in the back. So, you know, I could ride this like a road bike pretty much, get down on the drops and be hauling really fast. But then I still have that 1-to-1 34-34 that I could be riding on gnarly gravel, mountain bike type stuff. You know, some of the rough stuff you see us do in our videos, or back before everything was canceled, some gravel races. Coming through.
Careful.
That's the one that's not a 4-way, so I always kind of gotta watch out there. I'll also be interested to see how the GoPro mitigates the shakes. I have it attached to the top tube here with one of those extensions that's kind of like a gorilla pod, but a single leg. With the Media Mod and the Wireless Go, it's a little bit heavy for this setup. You've probably seen me adjust the camera a couple of times, but it's hanging on decent enough, but it's definitely shaking more than normal. But that GoPro stabilization is just so good on the Hero 8. I'm feeling like it might take care of it. Yeah, looking through my friend Josh's Sony earlier, though, has me excited to finally switch to mirrorless. My main camera is a Canon 5D Mark IV. I'll be upgrading to the R5, and that has that in-body image stabilization, so mechanical stabilization. I'll be interested to see how well that works. You know, I've watched all the reviews, but everyone's use is different. Sounds like it'll be better for hand-holding still photography than anything, but even smoothing out some stuff when I am shooting video by hand, or even with the monopod, seems like it'll be a big improvement. None of my lenses actually have stabilization because I've always been more of a still photographer first. You know. A lot of I've done video for companies, clients that I already had, and I've gotten much better at it. Like I said, that's part of this YouTube channel, is getting better at video too. But since the pandemic, I've done a lot more video. And then just not being quite as busy with work, which is unfortunate, but it's given me time to do more YouTube for fun. And like I said, combination of fun and upping my skill set. So I want to be in Premiere Pro the way I am in Lightroom and Photoshop. Just using keyboard shortcuts, editing really quick, having a better idea of like how to manipulate color and all that stuff. You know, I could, you know, hammer through a set of an event Photoshops in Lightroom. And when I want to make quick video edits, I want to be at that same kind of level. And that's kind of one of my goals with always shooting when I ride. So this is the bridge over the Cuyahoga River. This is the gorge here. So the gorge is actually not carved by the Cuyahoga, but by a much more ancient river from when the Ice Age and the glaciers disappeared. And then at some point, the Cuyahoga River actually fell into it. It's your fun fact for the day. But yeah, I ride the sidewalk here. One, because, like I said before, the cars don't respect us cyclists in Akron. There's no shoulder here. But also, I cut up this way because my studio is on this side of the street. There's no point trying to wait to get across this busy road when I'm going to this side of the road anyways. Plus, I like to look down into the gorge. It's just really cool. That bridge I just rode across is a later steel one, but the original one that was built there sometime in the 19-teens, when it was built, was actually the tallest concrete bridge in the world. Oh, you're getting two fun facts today. I'm going to the back door of the studio because I want to take this bike down the basement and work on a couple things with it. Here's my little alley garden. We've got some tomatoes and peppers to pick. Heck yeah. And my little chill spot up there. All right, hopefully this worked. See you in the next one.